So, hello and welcome to my next game analysis. I was black here versus Günther Pingitzer. This was the first game we played on Thursday. And he opened up with e4. I played c6. The opening was the Caro-Kann. Here, this is all pretty standard. Bishop d3, queen takes, and now e6. Bishop d2. In the game the engine fight, I don't know who was playing against who, I forgot it, but there I analyzed bishop f4. When the game continued with queen a5 check, he played bishop d2 immediately, stopping queen a5, so I continued normal, knight f6, and he castled, and now I played queen b6. I should have gone for bishop e7, normal development, king b1, and now queen b6, knight e4, knight takes, knight here, queen there, and offer a queen trade. Declines it, and yeah, this position should be playable for both sides, I would say. But I played queen b6, he played c4, which was not so great. Should have gone for knight e5, bishop d6, rook there, bishop takes, pawn takes, knight here attacking the queen. Queen a6, knight d7, and f4, and now he could push with f5 immediately, and this to defend this with black, not sure. So yeah, queen there, queen takes, knight takes, f6. This is the best continuation where white is better here, and yeah. But he played c4. I played knight g4, where again bishop e7 should have been considered. Well, it was considered, but I decided for knight g4, which was not the greatest move. This knight on g4 is just a target by rook h4. So yeah, I'm not sure about that move. Bishop e7 would have been better. Knight e5 castles. Bishop c3, queen c7, king b1, b5. This is an interesting move now. Bishop a5, and now takes, and knight takes c6, forking queen and bishop, and there is no way of defending the bishop. The b4 square is covered by the knight, and the d8 square is covered by the knight. So queen b6, for example, knight takes, check, king there, c5, queen c7, queen e3, rook there, and now d5. Yeah, if rook takes knight, then d6 forking, so knight takes here, and now d6 anyway. And this position should probably be playable for both sides. Stockfish even gives this as better for black a little bit. But if you count pieces and pawns, you have same amount of pieces, and the same pieces actually even. And both sides have 2, 4, 6 pawns each. But yeah, white has got a knight on e7 and a pawn on d6, so not sure. Probably white is better there, but at least I would prefer white in that position. Whatever Stockfish says, I would prefer white here. But okay, anyway, I went knight g4, attacking f2 with a fork on rook, and queen. He played queen e2, and I continued castling queenside. Here I should have gone for knight back to f6. So now white's queen doesn't stand on d3 anymore. So I could argue that I gained something from this. And after king b1, bishop e7, knight e5. Yeah, white should be a little bit better here, but nothing dramatic. But okay, I castled queenside, and he played rook h4. Again, I should go knight g4, f6, but I went knight df6 to defend the knight. He played bishop to c6, defending the pawn, and I played bishop b4. And now he played rook d3. Instead of bishop b4, I should have gone for c5. And after king b1, bishop e7, b3, and yeah, this position should be around even. Probably. Let's ask Stockfish here. Yeah, no, white is better here, but yeah, probably because this knight is, yeah, I'm not sure. If this knight moves, then rook and queen are defending this, attacking this knight, and there is no good way of defending this anymore at some point. Okay, here at the moment the queen can come to g4, but then this knight is pinned, so yeah, it's not so easy actually to find here the correct moves. For example, knight here to there would be an awesome line maybe to attack this knight, but anyway, this was the best try I had. But I played bishop b4, he played rook d3, which was not the greatest move. He should capture this, and after queen takes he should go for knight e1, just unveil this attack towards the knight, and there is now no way of defending the knight, so queen here is a try. But after rook takes, knight takes, queen takes, yeah, it's not even a try. You just lost 2 pieces versus a rook, and white is better there, so he should have probably gone for this. But he played rook d3, and I played c5. I should have captured this, and after rook takes, I should go rook g6. And now if he moves this knight, then I can capture here and defend my knight. So rook d3 back, defending the pawn one more time. Now king b1, knight f1, rerouting this knight, and now g4 takes, knight e5, h5, knight takes f3, and now queen here. This is a cool move, because if you take the knight, then I have this check, winning the rook. So first of all you have to do something against it, so that's why knight d2 blocking this. Now the knight is threatened, knight h6 now, and yeah, this knight comes in here to f5 probably, and yeah, it's very well placed on that square. So probably something like g4 here in that position is possible. Also rook e4 and other moves are possible for black, but yeah, for white. But it's not like white has one move to stay in the game or something. White has many moves here, so has black, but this position should be around even. What I want to check out is if you take this, yeah, even this is possible. Rook e3 takes there, check, knight here, attacking the rook, attacking the queen, taking the rook, now rook there, knight there. Yeah, this is awesome line here. Probably it's even, but yeah, I understood this as far as it goes. You give up a pawn, now attacking the queen. The queen grabs another pawn. Now you give this check, attack the rook. The queen is defending the knight, so now the rook is attacking the queen. You take the queen, you take the rook there, and yeah, now this comes with an attack on the knight and the queen, so queen has to, and it comes with check, of course, so the queen has to block. If the king moves, then you take the queen, so, and now taking the rook, and now taking here, and it's again even on material. 2-4-5 versus 2-4. No, white is even up a pawn, but this outside h pawn is probably guaranteeing black at least an even position. Also the d pawn is hanging at some lines. Yeah, hard to judge this position. Probably the game could continue with f4, attacking the queen there, and now d6, queen there. What I don't understand is why don't you capture this pawn? This is now very bad because of this check. Okay, so this unveils an attack on the a7 pawn, so that's why b6 is the move here. and now taking there, queen here, attacking the knight, d6 check, d6 check, distracting the king away from the defense of the pawn, check again, king there, and now queen there, captures, captures, and rook there. And yeah, the h pawn is guaranteeing white an even position, black an even position. Yeah, this analysis goes pretty far actually. Check. Yeah, we can stop here, even on material, and yeah, position is also drawish. Okay, this was here. Instead of c5, should have gone for bishop takes, and for this line at least something like this. But I went c5, and he continued perfectly with this rook takes, threatening mate. And yeah, here he went for the best line. f6 is the second best move here, and thus I found here very good defensive resources, but he also found the best attacking resources with knight e4 and knight d6. Here e5 was probably not that great, but queen d7 immediately also is probably not so good with b4 and stuff like this. He's just on the offensive, and yeah, I have to defend, but this was the best bet. White is of course much better here, but this was my best bet. But I played e5, trying to open up lines towards his king, but knight d6 was coming, of course. Captured here, which was a mistake, allowing his knight there. And then queen d7. Because I missed knight here, knight b5 I missed, and now I played a6, and after queen b6 I resigned. But I resigned, yeah, because of a takes b5, and I saw knight takes b5. But yeah, it's not so clear. It's winning for white, knight b5. Rook c7 is not winning for white, as Günther Pingitzer said, because of the move b4. And now if you take this, then you lose the knight with check, and after this you're just down a rook. So that's not why this is winning, not because of rook c7, because b4, and the line continues with rook there. Of course, you can never really take this pawn. Also after queen there, if you go to the d file, then you again lose the knight, so rook queen here, then queen a4 check, and this kind of stuff at least guarantees a draw. But queen a6 is a nice defensive resource here, and yeah, white just gave up a piece here, and after takes, you have rook versus knight, and even black is even a pawn up, so it's bad. So the line continues king b3 to stop queen a4 check, and now queen d6 check comes, and the queen comes that way, and now you can exchange queens anyway, and after all this you have a rook versus a knight with equal pawns, so this is probably better for black. Well, not probably, it's better. It's even winning for black, probably. But okay. The move here after a takes b5 is knight takes b5, and you don't fear queen d2, for example, because the king just escapes, and yeah, here you lose the queen. And yeah, you don't have a check. And if you go away from this file, then rook a1 check comes. for example, if you go back to c2, then knight there blocks, and now you don't have anything here. Threatening mate, you have to give up the queen, so this is not on. So queen d2, king b1, queen e2. Also rook d3 doesn't do anything because now you also don't have anything there. Also queen d3 check doesn't do so much because the rook can block, and now it's also, again, it's over. It's just over, so there is nothing. So the reason queen b6 is of course the best move in that position, and it's the only absolute winning move. But you have to find knight b5, because rook c7 doesn't win because of b4. b4, by the way, is the only move which defends, but it also wins. So yeah, but this is, yeah, you have to find b4 here. Hard move to find. Günther didn't found it, and I also didn't saw it. Günther thought that after knight takes on you have a lot of checks, but the checks run out and the attack continues. So yeah, in one YouTube video by Grandmaster Simon Williams, he once mentioned that you need 3 pieces in the attack to mate the opponent's king, and to get a really crushing attack. He has 3 pieces in the attack. I only have 2, so for me it won't work, but for him it does. And you see this in that continuation. Those checks aren't doing anything, and here I just lose the queen, and if I go to here, then the knight goes back, and yeah, I don't have anything. If I give check here, the king goes there, and I have no more checks. So if queen here, then just there, and I have no more checks. And the same goes with queen here check. For example, not queen here, of course, which wouldn't be so good. So let's just try this, if I'm not telling stupid nonsense. Oh, this is not working, by the way, because of this. But okay, that one. b3, yeah, b3, also b3, or probably king a3. Yeah, king a3 is the second move. No, b3 is just crushing in that position, b3, and there is not much, because after this check, king just goes to a3, and there is nothing, and this is coming next move. So yeah, anyway, okay, thanks for watching, and see you next time. Ciao.